why do you think, I mean, it's one report. I'm just wondering, why did it spark such a sell-off in oil prices?
Well, I think Goldman has been far above everyone else a bit of a bull in the oil market. So this is their third cut in 6 months, which indicates how they're really stepping back their position. They were really on the forefront of saying that the end of this year could really see a much tighter oil market, and that position is starting to unwind. So the fact that even Goldman, as the traders would say, even Goldman is coming out with a more bearish position, even though they do expect prices to rise from here, indicates that some of that narrative is starting to unwind. The market is afraid that there could be a near-term glut. You're looking at the price spreads. The prompt price spread for Brent hit parity yesterday. That's a sort of a technical look, but it still indicates that in the short term that there could be a glut of supply of oil on the market. And that is despite Saudi Arabia coming out last week to do a unilateral cut from next month of 1 million barrels a day. That did buoy the market very shortly last week, but now we're back below that level and still on sort of the decline as the market focuses on sort of disappointing Chinese data.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen, my question, I guess, to follow on there is has the market felt, because those cuts haven't kicked in yet, that's one part of the question, and do you think the Saudis will need to do more?
Answering that second part, I think what OPEC Plus does, Saudi Arabia and its OPEC Plus allies, what they do is going to be of the biggest interest in the market at the moment, because while OPEC Plus doesn't target necessarily prices, anything Brent below $70 will not make them happy. Now, they won't come out and say that. They look more at the supply-demand balance. They might come back and do something. There will be some hints of it later today. There will be a technical OPEC report coming out, and maybe there will be some chatter about more OPEC Plus cuts. But in the meeting last week, you didn't really see that, right? You saw the countries saying that we're going to continue, most of the countries saying that they're going to continue their cuts through the end of 2024. Only Saudi Arabia stepped up to cut more just in July. It could extend past that. But perhaps with prices falling, with a weaker outlook, with the Chinese data, with ample Russian flows, as well as the possibility of more action from the Fed, whether that happens or not, have to keep an eye on inflation, right, as you were saying before. All of that together will inform what OPEC Plus does, and that will have a huge impact on the market.